reevaluating Lloyd's speech. I will be giving him my opinion on what I liked and what maybe could be improved, and you guys can listen in. This is a technical briefing speech. I usually don't go down through the objectives. I usually write those and then give them to you and you can read them. But since this is a technical briefing speech, I want to go through this for the benefit of everybody else. First question was, in your opinion, was the speech interesting? It was very informational, interestingly presented. Was the technical material suitable for the interest and knowledge levels of the audience? We should all know this stuff. This is things that we should be concerned with for our future and for our kids. So I thought it was very appropriate. Did the speaker state his or her main message at the onset of the briefing? Yes, you did. You told us what you were going to try and establish with this speech, and then the organization was easy to follow and logical. Took us to the right conclusion. Did the points and support data contribute to understanding and acceptance of the main message? You created a visual story problem, which I thought was very interesting and very smart, and it helped me understand the problem. Was the technical material presented concisely and logically? Yes, and you used props to, like I said in the question before that, kind of to create a story problem, to create not only auditory, but also visual understanding of the problem. So if people have a different way of learning, they can get it either way. Did the speaker's delivery enhance the overall presentation effectiveness? This type of presentation is right in your wheelhouse. You have a pleasing voice and you have a confident presentation, and it's very evident that you've had lots of practice giving these kinds of speeches, and that takes me right into, there was no nervousness. You always pick speeches that you're compassionate about, and that shows through in your speeches. You had notes, but since it's a technical speech, that was fine, and the way you used your notes didn't take away from the speech, in my opinion. There were a couple of times like, what is log rolling? I would have liked to have that explained. I think there was a couple other situations I wasn't really familiar with. I would slow down just a bit. You had a lot of material to get through, but I would slow down just a little bit. The signs were too small. Maybe what I would have done was just put, like, for defense, a large D, just to kind of cue our memory. For Social Security, like a large SS. I liked the use of the props and the pennies and the cards. And you left us with the question, where do we cut? And I thought that was a very appropriate ending. Good speech. Thank you.